to the channel. My name is Sam, and today we are off to Caffeine and Chrome at Gateway Classic Cars of Detroit. So I'm about to head out. I am actually gonna have a couple things I need to do today, so I'm not entirely certain how long I'll be there. I remember going to one of their events back in Dallas, so I'm excited for this one. It put me the wrong way. Let's see what we got here so far. Not tons, but the event's only been on for like 10 minutes so far. Got some Shelbys and custom mini trucks, so that's kind of cool. All right, Genesis Coupe we just got here. Got a Lucid Air next to me though, so that's kind of cool. I haven't seen one of those, at least at a show, in a while. There's a few in the area I've seen. Got a GTO with a 6-liter, very cool. An old SN95 convertible for sale. Chrome wheels on the C8 Corvette, very cool. Got the mini truck and the Shelby as well. And the classic Willis Jeep right here with a Typhoon. I have not seen a Typhoon at a car show, I don't think, in probably 5-6 years. That is just so cool. And it's on Corvette wheels, it looks like, so the salad shooters. So there's some pretty cool stuff here. Some classic Mustangs right here. Fastback with the V8. We got the convertible. Got the green, obviously that's one I'd lean towards after, having Kermit and all that. We've got a Mystic and a Mystachrome Cobra, both next to each other. Mystachrome Termi and the Mystic SN95, very, very cool. If you remember from when I was at Mustang Week a couple years ago, this is pretty much my favorite Mustang color ever built, and specifically the Celine Speedster top makes it pretty much my perfect convertible Mustang in my opinion. And since the top's down and it's light in here, you get actually a chance to see the middle part of the leather on these seats was actually painted to match the paint of the car, so it's really cool. There's number 667 of the Celine Mustangs from this generation. It has the upgraded Willwood brakes. It's probably got the supercharger. I just didn't get a chance to look. Obviously the hood is closed. It does have it is a 281 supercharged, so it is that one. Only thing this one looks like it's not gonna have is that extreme exhaust package where it's center exit. What a cool car. I love the new Engine SN95s, regardless of the fact I've only had on S197. There's a really pretty Grand Sport convertible. The white with the red striping with the chrome vents on the side for Grand Sport. I think I've said it before, I think I'd take a Grand Sport over a Z06. I personally don't need 500 something horsepower in a car that weighs this light, but the wide body kit is an absolute must on the C6s. Plymouth Prowler. It was kind of one of those first, let's make a real retro looking cars. The absolute smallest trunk I've ever seen, but they drive surprisingly nice. The V6 in here, I know a lot of people complain about that. My only issue is the automatic. The V6 actually made pretty decent power. Got a Caprice wagon converted to a panel wagon. Huge cowl hood with an alien inflatable in it. The striping is really cool, the flames and everything. It's got one of those old school chrome wheels for the steering wheel. This is a cool car. Monte Carlo on some Forgiatos as well. Candy paint. Very, very cool looking cars. I've always been a guy that likes the Thunderbirds a lot. The turbo coupes, the supercharged coupes, everything like that. Actually almost more so than the Mustang in some trims. Like this one right here. This is one of the supercharged 3.8 V6s. Auto, I think they were auto only in the super coupes, but it's a big GT car more than a muscle car, which I'm a big GT guy essentially. Got the Fiero right here, Fiero GT. So this is the V6 instead of the 4-cylinder. For those that don't know what a Fiero is, this was GM's attempt at a mid-engine sports car in the same vein as like the Boxster, but well beforehand. This is the Auto, unfortunately, but I've driven a couple of these. They're actually really cool. Some of them had T-tops, I think. This one's got the panel right there. But this is a V6 one in a car this size, and that's just such a cool thing to see. It's about the same size as the MGB right next to it. And actually, this is one of my favorite cars just in general. I've always loved the 1 Series, especially this orange paint. This is an N54 car, if I'm not mistaken, going by the paddles. I think they upgraded it into the N55 with the different paddles and the different gearbox. But it is a really nice looking one. It's a shadow line car, so the blacked out grills instead of chrome. Very, very cool. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this is an old Mercury coupe, 1950 model. I was right, it's a Mercury Monterey. It's one of the big, classic body sedans that people think of. It's around the same era as the Hudson Hornet and cars like that. So we got a couple older ones right now as well. We've got a Bonneville right here. So it's a convertible 67 Bonneville and an old Mercury Marquis from 1970. You just don't get this quality in terms of the interiors anymore in anything other than like $100,000 plus cars, because the seat stitching is just so nice. The intricate details like that in the back right there, it's just so cool. Here we go. We got the star of the show right here. We got dogs. Aw. This is that old Ford Econoline 100. And this one's obviously been converted. It's got, the table, mini fridge. It looks like a mini fireplace even. It's got a goose on the handbrake, it looks like. This is a very cool thing. I do like these conversion vans. It's crazy to me that this car is nearly 100 years old. This is a 32 Ford Roadster. I mean, it looks so cool. These things just, at this point now at least, ooze just this level of class and kind of this kind of coolness to them. It's got an old rumble seat back here and everything. But it's just so interesting that these cars are, nearly 100 years old somehow. So I like these a lot. This is an old Buick Riviera. I've always liked these. This has a set of, it looks like, okay, it's Boss Motorsport wheels. I thought they were almost Chip Foose wheels for a second. These were just really cool. I like these and the old Toronados. I think they were pretty similar. I'm not certain if the Riviera was a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive. I know the Toronado was a front drive, but they're just really cool cars. And then there's a old, I think it's a Dodge or a Chrysler Monaco. Yeah, so it's a Dodge Monaco. And these are cool. It's a Monaco 500, so big engine, automatic right there. It's got newer seats in it, of course, to kind of make it a little more comfortable. But, it's that old school big body muscle that, you just can't get anymore. No one does anything even close. Got some more older Thunderbirds. This one's a 57, and these actually, they go for realistically a pretty reasonable price. So I think if I was going to get a classic cruiser, it would probably end up a Thunderbird. I've seen them anywhere from, $5,000 to $20,000, and that's pretty doable if you're in the market to buy a second car as like just a toy or a cruiser. Absolutely beautiful Chevy Deluxe. This is, I take back everything I said. I think this is what I'd have to buy from here. This is just incredible looking. This looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. It's got a Hurst shifter in it. Wow. I gotta see how much this is. They just got this, it says. So they have this at $75,000 with a 427 V8 with a turbo 400 trans in it. For $75,000, I mean, there's a lot of cars you could get, but this is just so pretty. Recently I've been starting to really like, 80s trucks and 70s trucks. I'm not sure why. To the point I'm really, really interested in trying to find one, probably when I'm able to afford a second car, so I can fully turn Ghost into a track setup when I'm done building it up a bit more. But I mean, this is a 78 F-150 Ranger. They're asking like $17,000. The paint, it's matte paint. It's designed kind of like a patina on it. It's really cool looking. Digging this. This is an old VW Rabbit pickup. It's very cool. It's a fuel injected car. It looks like it's on some retro looking, almost BBS style wheels, probably about a 15 inch, 14 inch is my guess. It's got these carbon vents just kind of on the hood right here. They are actually functional, it looks like, too. It's got the brown leather Mark I seats. 5-speed manual right there. That's really cool. I don't know why. I really like stuff like this recently. So this is something unique. It's got a plate on the back that says Dream Roadster. I have never seen anything like this. You know, flat across the back. Big wheels right here. Right here, it looks like it's an automatic, unfortunately, but it's got the Nardi wood and chrome wheel. Let's see if this says what it's big. So this is a 57 Studebaker actually underneath. Custom Roadster off the Golden Hawk for 47, the 4.6 V8. That's actually really interesting. I gotta show you the front though, because I walked and saw this earlier. This is just wild looking up front. That's so interesting. It's that offset 2 lights in the front. It's very cool. I was just told this is kind of, 27 cars in one. This is from the Hot Wheels Dream Tour, or the Legends Tour, sorry. But this actually was in Forza Horizon 4 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really cool. So now I've stepped back out after a little bit. I want to see what else has shown up. So it looks like an older Volvo P1800 or 2200. 1800, I was right. There's a notchback Fox body and an Avanti, a Studebaker Avanti. These are really uncommon cars as well. I think they made a second gen as well, but based on a GM product of some sort. But that old P1800, it's a shooting brake, and you don't see anything like that now. Same with the Avantis. They're a bit of a shooting brake. They're just really interesting cars. Kind of similar, it reminds me of the Mercury Capri based on the Fox body Mustangs, the Capri hatchbacks they were making. Love the sound of a GT500. This one sounds definitely pretty heavily modified. Yep. Well, that would explain how much power it's making, that's for sure. 765 wheel. That's insane. Well, that's wild. That is wild looking. That is one of the most retro looking trucks I've seen in a very long time. Mini truck with the pop-up rear bed is crazy. Unfortunately, looking at everything here, I'm realizing exactly how much I need to do on this. Hopefully wheels will be done in the next month or so. I just got to find the right set. But I need to do something about the spoiler is rusting. It's all surface rust. I probably could just respray it, honestly. I just don't have the time, a lot of it. But I should either be changing out the spoiler, something a bit wider base, something a bit more competition friendly. But I need to redo the paint on the front and rear bumpers. Want to still swap out or wrap the hood. And I definitely need to do wheels, that's for certain. So we got another notchback Fox body without a hood this time, with the 5.0. Big intake on it. Got a Grand Prix SE. I like these ones actually the most of all of them. They're just very unique cars. They look cool. Got the old Thunderbird, probably what, from the 70s is my assumption. That's cool to see as well. Another Fox body over here. A lot of cool cars here, mostly Mustangs and Corvettes, which I kind of expected in Detroit area. Very cool. This is cool. I'm not entirely certain what version of a Jeep this is. I think this is an older Grand Wagoneer also, or something similar. These things are just massive. I like them. Like I said, I'm starting to randomly lean towards, older kind of classic off-road SUVs as a daily or second car at least. This has the gas jugs on the back. Yeah, it's a Wagoneer, you can see right there. This is just really cool. I'm glad people have things like this. So there's a 911. I think actually it might be the one from the car show about a week ago. Very pretty car. Yep, it's the one from the event a week or so ago. There's the full-blown race car sounding Roadster over here. It's got the skinnies and slicks on it for sure, because I can see how wide those rear tires are just from here. That's an insane car. That is insane, and the man drove that here. Those rear tires are wider than all 4 of my tires put together. That's actually insane. Parking it next to the Genesis. He's got Hoosier street legal slicks on there, essentially. They're road legal drag tires. Those headers are insane looking too. This is that Corvette that pulled up. That's crazy. Huge blower sticking well out the hood on this thing. That is wild. Another dog. I want to see this. I went inside for like 10 minutes and an AC Cobra, the 427, showed up. That is just gorgeous. So somehow I missed it pulling in. There's a Viper Coupe, I think Gen 2, that just parked next to the AC Cobra that you can see right there. I gotta take a look at that, of course. That is so cool. It's got the double because it's the coupe, not the Roadster. Very cool. Funny part about, you know, going to events like this where it's mostly American and a couple German cars and stuff like that, with the Hyundai I drive right now, I'm at least guaranteed that I'm the only one with one of them here. So we've got a couple more tuner cars. We've got a WRX right-hand drive, very cool. Got a, I think, 1 or 2 year old GTI as well. So I'm not the only tuner car here anymore, that's for sure. At least another dog. Dogs everywhere here, and I'm very happy about it. SN95 Mustang GT with a 4.6 in it. Cobra wheels. I like the duckbill spoiler on it. It's got the mount for a gap cam on the top. And yes, I will call it that. No, I don't care if it's cringy or anything. This is a cool car. You can tell this thing gets driven hard, and that is something I like to see when it comes to, you know, muscle cars or sports cars in general. Old Dodge Charger. Got the remote control Jeep. That's kind of cool. As it should be. One thing I'm not really used to yet, on the way here I passed, you know, Chevy and Ford lots that are not dealers, they are manufacturer lots. And, you know, every now and then on the street right over there, I do keep seeing, you know, F-150s with manufacturer tags rolling by and everything. I'm not used to seeing that just yet, but I also have seen a couple of ZR1 Corvettes with manufacturer tags in the past week, so I guess I gotta get used to it. I didn't even realize that the Mustang next to me, it's before SVO was the name of the trim. This is the 2.3 liter turbo. So it was, I think, making about the same power as the V8 was at the time. Like I've said, I like turbo cars, even though I've yet to own one. Probably my next car will end up a turbo car. Either gonna replace the Hyundai with, you know, go with an EcoBoost Mustang, do the full JDM style build that I wanted to do back at Steeda that never got to happen. Or it'll be, you know, like a twin turbo sedan or something like that is my assumption. But I do like these older turbo Mustangs for sure. God, that sounds good. I stand corrected, also ignore the hat hair. Someone just pulled in a Genesis G70, so I'm not the only Korean car here anymore with my Hyundai Genesis Coupe. And there's a really pretty Corvette rolling. Very pretty car. I said it before, I think the C8 might be one of the best looking Corvettes to ever hit the market. And that's a Spider, so it's got the actual convertible top. That's an awesome car. Well, I'm gonna continue to eat my words. There is a Kia Forte, or K4 is what the badge on the back is, GT that actually pulled up. So this is one of the 201 horsepower engine. So a couple more cars showed up while I was sitting in the car trying to charge my phone up a little. There's another Corvette with custom Rucci forged wheels on it. Kind of cool. It's this kind of metallic, almost pearl looking silver with red stripes. Very cool. And then there's a blue one also that came in over here with the blue wheels. They look like possibly Forgiatos from the distance. Let's see what these are, because I do like that rapid blue they do. So these are on the Rucci wheels also. Cool for sure. And I like the matching blue interiors, a nice touch. Got a Z06 coming in. One of the best sounding American cars, personally, I had to say. That's a cool car. It sounds so good. Bunch of modified Kia Forte GTs just rolled in, so that's pretty cool. I think these are pretty cool for the money, that's for sure. Sometimes a car you actually really like that, you know, most people don't even know shows up. This is an Isuzu 117 with the dual overhead. If you don't know what this is, it's a Japanese car designed to look like an Italian car. So it was designed by Giugiaro. And it's pretty much 80s tech in a car that looks like it's from the 60s. It's just such a cool looking car. You never see these, literally ever. I think this is the second I've ever seen in person. Man, this is pretty. Right-hand drive, manual 5. That is just beautiful. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I've gotta, like I said, do a little bit for work still today. So if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next video. But till then, bye-bye.